Daniel Thomas Andrew Daly here. This is a Rainbow Torah sermon on Nimrod. Now, Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And one of Ham's sons was Cush, and one of Cush's sons was Nimrod. This is a Rainbow Torah sermon on Nimrod. In chapter 10 of Genesis, verse 8, Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on the earth. So the first thing we know about Nimrod is that he was a mighty one. He was a mighty hunter for the Lord. He was a powerful hunter, powerful warrior, powerful hunter, powerful rogue in a sense. Great adventurer, man of action. Out there doing things in the wild, out there doing things before the people. Therefore it is said, and there's a saying which is named after him, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. So there's a saying to testify to this man's fame, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. So here we have one of Cush's sons. Cush was the grandson of Noah, and Nimrod was his great-grandson. And we have a saying about Nimrod, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. So he was a great one in the world, and he was a mighty hunter before the Lord. And it goes on in verse 10 of chapter 10, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, that is the principal city. So he was a settler of cities in the land of Shinar, which is sort of Babylon and up in Assyria, and he was the beginning builder of an empire, the beginning of an empire builder. And of course, there it is, the beginning of his kingdom was Babel. Avatar of Babel, we've talked about that. That's where mankind is gathered together in pride, and as I've just said in the video, God divides pride. But Babel was built by Nimrod. He established this great one of the earth, this mighty hunter, unified mankind, and built mankind's first empire, Babel the Great, Babylon the Great. He had them all together with this huge tower to represent his power and his glory. So Nimrod, in some senses, I suppose, was like the first dictator. God divided the power of Nimrod. He divided it and separated the power and broke down that empire which was built from this man. He was a mighty one, a great one before the Lord, but the power probably went to his head. All throughout history we've seen despotic, dictatorial leaders who've built their empires only to see them crumble later on in time, because they thought they were as powerful as God. They thought they were legends who would rule forever. Nimrod in some ways is an example of what man can accomplish, but his example is what man can accomplish doing it man's way and not doing it God's way. Noah was an example of what man can accomplish doing God's way. Noah's name will endure forever. Nimrod's will probably last forever because it's in Scripture. But Noah's name endures forever, like Enoch's, as a man who walked with the Lord and did it God's way. And the kingdom of Noah will endure forever. The Noahide covenant is an eternal covenant. And it's not the Nimrod covenant, is it? It's Noah's covenant. So, that is sort of an example of what it is for us as children of God in this world. We don't really go off and build our own great Chinese dynasty, being emperor Qin, or whatever. We do it God's way and build it in His Torah values and have our legacy in the name of holiness and righteousness. Or we can go off to Babylon and be the wisest and richest man in Babylon and build our Babylonian empire only to see it crumble. Only to see it crumble. Nimrod was a great one, a mighty one in the earth, a powerful leader, a powerful visionary who saw what could be done and went off to try and do it. But it was torn down because he wasn't serving the Lord with his whole heart. He was serving his own vanity, most likely, and his own ego. That's Nimrod. An example to us in some ways of what people can accomplish when they put their minds to it. But he's an example of what people often in all reality do without taking God into consideration.